How long does it take to get your ex back? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, but first, my name is Clay with ModernLove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not. Because you, of course, deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, help me out by smashing that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps send a message to YouTube that they should share this video and other videos on my channel more. So help the guy out, hit that thumbs up button. You're actually kind of paying it forward to someone else who might be able to find these videos because you did hit that thumbs up button. So it takes just a moment of your time. It helps me out, helps other people out. Please just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Okay, also we are talking about how long it takes to get your ex back. If you do want our full start to finish strategy for all of that, we do have a course called the X Solution Program. You can find info on that down in the description box below this video. Feel free to sign up for you if it seems like a good fit. If it's not a good fit, don't worry, I'm not going to twist your arm about it. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about here is how long it takes to get your ex back. I know there's a lot of stuff out there that will tell you that, like, hey, you use this reverse psychology trick and your ex will come crawling back to you over broken shards of glass within 24 hours or something like that. And let's just say I've not been impressed with most of that stuff. You know, I'm a guy who has an audience of people who want to get back together with their exes. And so many times these other people will reach out to me and say, hey, will you, like, recommend my ebook or my product or my thing to your audience? You know, I'll pay you money. It's like a referral commission or something. And so I've seen a lot of these other strategies out there, and let's just say I'm not particularly impressed with them. In my honest opinion, a lot of these strategies seem like things that you could find if you basically did like 30 minutes of research on the internet. It's not that it's necessarily wrong. I mean, like, if your mind is kind of inclined to think mind games and stuff like that, but it's like, okay, is this actually worth recommending to other people? Like, when they could just do 30 minutes of research and be like, okay, cool, no contact rule, all right, mention to them that you want to get together for coffee, cool, now you're back together, right? You don't need that. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. What we're talking about here is how long it takes to get your ex back. And I know that there's a lot of expectation that this should be happening very quickly. This should happen in like 24 hours, a week, or something like that. But you have to remember that most likely your relationship didn't come apart in a matter of 24 hours or a week or something like that. Most likely it happened over a period of time as the trust, as the belief, as the faith in that relationship was eroded due to whatever caused it to erode, whether that was not being on the same team, whether that was a lack of trust, whether that was poor communication, whether that was something else. That erosion happened over a period of time. And as we start to rebuild that emotional trust in a future with you and your ex together, that is understandably going to take some time. All snake oil aside, and all shards of broken glass aside, it is likely to take some time. Typically, I don't like to put this out there because then people kind of take the passive route and say, like, okay, he said 6 months or something, therefore I just have to white knuckle it through 6 months and magically we're going to be back together. No. But typically, I would not be surprised if someone got back together with their ex within 6 to 12 months. Okay, that's kind of like the average range of what I've noticed over all of these, many years helping people through this. Of course, that's not just passively sitting back and kicking your feet up on the table and saying, like, okay, I'm just going to wait for 6 to 12 months to happen and then we're going to be back together. Obviously, this is 6 to 12 months of you doing the right things, okay? This can't just be you just, waiting, you just doing no contact, you just using mind games or reverse psychology or something. This has to be 6 months of you doing the right things. And so you, of course, are an active participant in this process. I think that is very obvious for most people out there. You are an active participant. This isn't just a matter of white-knuckling it through this. This is a matter of bringing yourself to the interactions in the best possible way that you can so that you can really demonstrate to your ex that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of, and that they can actually see a exciting and uplifting future for the two of you together, so they would actually want to get back together with you. I think that should be fairly obvious for the right people out there. Anyway, yeah, if you do want to learn more about all of this stuff, by the way, we do have an entire video playlist on what we call advanced relational skills. You can find that right up there. That is what I am talking about when I say we have to bring ourselves to the interactions in the right way. You have to embody these advanced relational skills, and you have to embody bringing yourself to interacting with your ex in the most optimal sort of way so that you can create that bond, that connection, and all of that. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it took someone 6 to 12 months. Does that mean it's going to take you 6 to 12 months? No, not necessarily. You might be able to do it faster. I've seen people that have gotten back together faster. I've had clients that, in the past, we've signed up to work together for like 3 months or something. And it's like, okay, it's been 8 weeks. You're back together. What do you want to talk about for the next month, right? Like, what do you want to do? And we just talk about relationship management stuff, personal development stuff, so they can kind of keep that relationship strong. Or sometimes it takes someone longer than 12 months, and that's totally fine too. Everyone has their own things that they're struggling with. Everyone has their own personality quirks that they're struggling with. Everyone has their own details of the situation that are unique or different. And so it shouldn't bother you if it's going to happen sooner, obviously, or longer, if this is the right relationship that it's worth going to bat for, okay? Now, I know that you're wondering, like, okay, I get it, but what I want to know is do I still have a chance? Like, okay, I get it. Maybe my ex is going to come crawling back over broken shards of glass because I did no contact for like 24 hours, right? But do I still have a chance? And what I look at here is whether or not there's progress being made in a person's situation. Like, okay, I get it. It might take some time, but as long as there's some sort of progress that's happening, like, okay, before maybe the two of you weren't having positive interactions. Can you at least have one positive interaction? Okay, you had one positive interaction. Can we start to have 2 or 3 or make it into a regular thing where there's more positive interactions and less negative interactions? Can we start to do that? That's what I'm looking for when there's progress. Now, if there's progress and this is still something that you want to continue to pursue, yeah, sure, go ahead and do it. But if there's not progress being made, and it's been a reasonable amount of time and you've tried a reasonable number of approaches to try to get that progress happening, after like maybe 3 to 6 months, I might tap you on the shoulder. Obviously I can't do that now, social distancing and all that stuff, and also it's the internet. I can't really reach through the screen right yet and tap you on the shoulder, but I would virtually tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of progress being made here. Is this still something that you want to do? And I basically would be checking in on you. Not because I'm some sort of like all-seeing oracle that says, hey, there has been no progress in 3 months. It is hopeless. You need to give up. But because I'm just checking in with you as someone who cares about your well-being and wants to see you happy. You can say, yes, I do want to keep doing this. Okay, cool. Well, let's look at why you haven't made any progress and if there's anything that we need to change. Like, is it because you haven't really been working on those advanced relational skills? Is it because you haven't really gotten yourself out of damage control mode? Is it because of something else? Like, let's look at that. If it's not something you want to do, that's totally fine as well, too. Nobody says you have to get back together with your ex, and people can make their change their mind just given more information. If their ex is unable or unwilling to be the kind of partner that they want, and they start to love themselves enough to see that they deserve more, then that's totally fine to say, okay, I don't want my ex back. And people ask me all the time, what's your success rate, Clay? And it's really hard because it's like, well, what's the success rate of a gym, right? It depends on how someone is bringing themselves to the interaction. There could be someone that goes to the gym like once a month. That person's probably not going to, develop physically in whatever way they want to as much as someone who goes every single day, or maybe like every couple of days, depending on what sort of workout you're doing, and diligently does whatever they need to do to kind of develop themselves physically. It's the same thing when it comes to advanced relational skills and getting yourself to the point where you're able and ready and willing to kind of develop that emotional connection that you need in order to get back together with your ex. And of course, if somebody goes to the gym and they like hurt themselves, obviously I would, if I was a gym owner, I would want them to stop going to the gym and to recover. In the same way as if you learn to love yourself enough to the point where you realize, okay, I don't need to be in a relationship with someone who has NPD. I would view that as a success. Maybe you might not view it as a success because they didn't get back together with their narcissist ex or something like that, but I would view it as a success. So it just depends on how you slice and dice it. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about how long it takes to get back together with your ex, as long as you are looking at progress. Is there progress being made? And, just rough, not within the realm of shocking surprise if it takes you within 6 to 12 months, okay? Don't believe the marketing hype out there that says you can get back together with your ex by this weekend if you use this reverse psychology trick or something like that. In my experience, these have been very disappointing and they backfire more often than they actually work. But that is just my opinion. Anyway, I hope this has helped you out. If you would like to learn more about the advanced relational skills, we do have this video series over here on advanced relational skills, or if you'd like to learn more, you can also check out this video over here. But thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Clay. Please take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video.